It's gonna be one of those days, guys, because he's being a pain in the ass. Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode 33 of the Little Black Cat Knits podcast, a podcast all about knitting and crochet and whatever other crafty things I find myself diving into. I'm your host, Ashley, coming at you from New Jersey, where I live with my husband, my 2 sons, and my little black cat, who will be making appearances throughout the video because he doesn't know how to leave me alone. Also, if you can hear him purring, I apologize. That is his default setting. I am the owner and dyer behind Gatti Yarn Co. You can find me and my hand-dyed yarn on Etsy as Gatti Yarn Co., on Instagram as Gatti Yarn Co., and on Ravelry as AM Gatti. There will be show notes for this podcast on Ravelry, and if you are not a Ravelry user, I also list show notes with Ravelry alternatives on my website, gattiyarn.com. Yeah, all of that is going to be linked down in the description below, so if you forget or didn't catch that, that's where it will be. Yeah, today is Tuesday, March 7th, 2023. It's been a long time since I've podcasted. My hair's a different color, but you would have noticed that if you watched Vlogmas. Even so, it's been a long time since I filmed for Vlogmas. If you follow me on Instagram, then you will know that is because I am currently 17 weeks pregnant with my 3rd boy. So yeah, filming and everything for the first couple months, first trimester, was a lot. Took a lot out of me. That's why if you watched Vlogmas, you notice I'm very tired in a lot of it. But I'm hoping to get back on track and do things, and get things, back to a normal schedule if I can. We'll see. I will do my best. But yeah, I figured since this is the first podcast of the new year, my first podcast back in a long time, I don't really have any FOs or anything to show you because, let's be real, I can't remember anything I've finished since the last podcast. I'm also too lazy to go back and rewatch the last episode and fish all that stuff out. So I figure we'll just start this as like a giant WIP parade, and at the end I'll talk shop news, acquisitions, books I'm reading and stuff. But we'll make this a nice giant WIP parade. I figure that's the most fun way to go about it, right? Licorice. Excuse me, sir. No, this is not for you. Oh, pain in my butt. So yeah, I'm not quite sure how long this one's gonna be. But grab your knitting, a snack, something to drink. We'll see how long it gets. But yeah, I'm drinking water because, pregnant. But let's jump in. I have 3 crochet whips, and the rest are all knitting. So I'm just gonna, my project bag situation's a little, I'm just gonna grab the first thing first and we'll just go from there. So, living in this giant Vans bag because it's got about 7,000 different colors in it, and I had nothing big enough, honestly. I am working on a sweater for Keith. This is, I'm obsessed. Want to get the name of the pattern right. Licorice. My son, my oldest, takes pictures to my husband's closet. Licorice! Hey, stop it. And he likes to scratch pictures when I'm not paying enough attention to him. Anyway, yeah, so this is out of this book, the Knitting with Disney book by Tanis Gray. And I am knitting I just want to get the pattern name right. The Beauty and the Beast Pullover, which is designed by Megan Regan, also known as Bad Wolf Girl Sits and Knits. yeah. So I've split for the sleeves. I'm on the second to last chart, color work chart, if you can see. My goal was to get this done for his birthday, which was February 12th. So as we can see, I did not. I'm pretty sure I'm knitting the size 4. I forget what the chest circumference is for that. It's whatever was going to fit my husband with a little bit of positive ease. So his favorite movie is Beauty and the Beast. Our wedding was Beauty and the Beast themed. So when I saw this pattern in this book, I immediately knew that I had to make it for him. I apologize if the camera angle changes because my cat keeps rubbing his face all over the table and shifting things. It's gonna be one of those days, guys, because he's being a pain in the ass. Anyway, but yeah, I'm working my way through this slowly. I've got, like I said, 2 more charts to do, and then it's just stockinette and then the ribbing and stuff. I'm using the needle size, which is called for in the pattern, which is a size 6, 4mm. Yeah, and I'm using the same colors that are in the pattern, not the same yarn. I'm gonna list them all in the show notes, but they are Knit Picks Brava Sport, I believe. All the ball bands are gone, hold on. Yeah, Knit Picks Brava Sport in a bunch of different colors for the color work because I didn't have any sport yarn in stash. And yeah, licorice. But yeah, that's that. Oh, these stitch holders or needle stoppers. What do we call them? Needle stoppers. Little Hermione's. Aren't they so cute? I got these from Dragon Horde Yarn a while ago and I love them. But anyway, I haven't been working on this as much as I should, mainly because when I get to the color work, I probably really should switch to a longer cord, realistically. But it's really starting to hurt my hands when I do the color work. So I'm like, part of me is like, just power through the color work and get it done, and then it's just stockinette one color, like it won't be in pain, it won't hurt anymore. But the other part of me is like, I won't pick it up because it hurts. But anyway, that's the Beauty and the Beast pullover. That's WIP number 1. Moving right along, we're gonna stay with the knitting first and then we'll move into the crochet. But WIP number 2 is living in this beautiful bag from Stolen Minutes. And this is my Spellman sweater by Dragon Horde Yarn. We've got very tiny beginnings. I don't want to drop stitches. I need to get more needle stoppers. But look how beautiful this cable detail is. But yeah, I'm knitting this on the called for sizes, which I believe this is a 4, US 4. Yeah, 3.5mm. And I am knitting this out of my hand-dyed yarn, Gatti Yarn Co. in our Pygmy Puff colorway on our Munchkin MCN, which is an 80-10-10 merino cashmere nylon, and our Maine Coon mohair, which is I want to say it's 28%. I honestly, I didn't save the ball bands, so I can't remember the exact fiber content of this, but it's mohair. And they're held double, and I only have 2 skeins in my project bag right now. The rest of them, as you can see, are here, ready to be wound up as I need them. But yeah, I just started this the other day. Licorice! Oh my God, I'm about to throw him out of the room, but if I throw him out of the room, then he'll just scratch at the bedroom door. Anyway, I started this the other day. I've been working on it here and there. I haven't really had a ton of knitting mojo, so I've been kind of like stagnant lately, but I did finish a pair of socks the other day, which if you follow me on Instagram you saw, but that's kind of like kicked my butt in gear, and now I'm like, oh, I want to finish everything. So whew, like mohair everywhere. Anyway, this is my Spellman sweater by Tristan Molina of Dragon Horde Yarn. And I'm in love. And I cannot wait for it to be done in this hot pink. It's gonna look so good in this. I'm obsessed with this hot pink. It's one of my favorite colorways that I've dyed. Yeah, so that's that. Let's see, what else? What else do we have here, guys? A lot. Sort of. Licorice! This cat, I swear, guys. Hey! Stop it! What are you doing? What? Do you want love? Do you want love? Is that why you're being such a pain in the butt? Is that why you're being such a pain in the butt? Huh? Yeah? You want love? You can lay on my lap while we do this. That's fine. Do you want to lay on my lap? Go ahead, lay on my lap. Okay, moving right along. My next WIP, which is living in this Hogwarts bag from Fancy Boy Designs. Yes, Fancy Boy Designs are what I'm lovingly calling my Hagrid socks. If you follow me on Instagram, you know that these started out as a completely different pattern, and then I ripped them out because as much as I love to look at cabled sock patterns, and I think they're beautiful, I don't have the patience to knit them. When it comes to my socks, I'm noticing I need them to be vanilla. And I need them to just be easy, mindless, knit on while I'm watching TV or in the car or editing or doing computer work or, you know, mindless. I need mindless when it comes to socks. I apologize. You're going to have to deal with this cat like back and forth on my lap for the rest of this episode, or he's just going to scratch everything. But yeah, I sat down and I said to myself, I'm never going to finish these if I don't frog them and, you know, just knit them as I would just vanilla socks. So that's exactly what I did. So I am knitting these out of, first let's pull them out. So I don't have too much going on so far. Just contrast cuff, leg. I'm not done with the leg yet. But I'm knitting these on US size 1, 2.25 millimeter Chiaogus Magic Loop out of the Gamekeeper colorway. So it's a sock set that I have in the shop. I believe there's 2 left, 1 or 2. I'm not quite sure. I could pull up the inventory really if I wanted to be smart about that. Licorice, please. I love you. You're really like, you're killing me. But yeah, so Licorice. Hope I'm not giving you guys motion sickness. This cat is like, I can't. I'm about to throw him out. But yes, this is what the yarn looks like caked up. I had to, like I said, I ripped it out. So it's, my cakes aren't beautiful right now, but I actually just ordered a new ball winder because my Knit Picks one is starting to crap out on me. So should be here by the end of the week. And I'm like, oh, thank goodness. Anyway, actually, you know what? I have my iPad right here. So let's see. Let's see how many of these bad boys we have left in the shop. Where's my app? Am I a spaz? Don't answer that, guys. I am a spaz. Absolutely, 100%. Let's see. There's 3 of this sock set left in the shop. So, if you want one, grab one. But the sock set is inspired by Hagrid. I dyed it not long after Robbie Coltrane passed away in honor of him. And I actually found a beautiful, like, Hagrid-inspired sock pattern. That is what I started with. But like I said, I just can't, guys, you know, and that's okay. My thing this year, especially with a 3rd baby on the way, my whole thing this year is just knitting what makes me happy and working on what brings me joy. And if vanilla socks is what that is, then that is. That's it. I'm not gonna stress myself out. I don't need to. I have a 7-year-old, a 3-year-old, and 1 on the way to give me all the stress I need in my life. Also, this cat causing me stress. Licorice! Stop it. So yeah, that's my Hagrid socks. I'm gonna put a warning on this. It says wear seasick patch. Licorice, what is your problem? Oh my goodness. All right. What? What do you want? Why go lay on the bed? Be in a pain. He's acting like I don't give him attention when he spends his entire life on my lap or next to me in some way, shape, or form. Licorice, please stop it. Do you want me to throw you out of the room? Because I will. You're being very bad. It's just one of those days, guys. Anyway, moving right along on the WIP parade. Living in this beautiful Ariel bag from Molly Klein Design is, oh, I had a needle poking through my zipper. Another pair of vanilla socks. Licorice. I am knitting these toe up. Stop it. I'm knitting these toe up, which I do every so often, just because I need to change it up, yeah. But same thing, magic loop, US 1, 2.25 millimeter, Xiaogu, red lace. This Progress Keeper, which I use every time I'm knitting toe up, just to remember which is the front of the sock, obviously, before I get to the heel, is from Corner of Craft, Hannah. I love her stitch markers. Those cute little sloths. Isn't that great? Licorice! But yeah, so I'm through the foot and the heel. Now it's just a matter of deciding how long I want the leg. But I do, for my toe up, I do 7 rounds to the foot. And then I do a fish lips kiss heel. And I use, the toe I use is from Allison of Lofty Loops, her tutorial on how to knit toe up socks. I'll link it down below, but I've found her tutorial for toe up socks works best for me, like the toe, because every other time I've tried toe up socks, I just like couldn't figure it out. I use her method where she does like a yarn over increase, which has worked great for me. Every other toe up method, I would get so confused. And like even the way she casts on, it's just, that's how I prefer to do my toes. Anyway, so yeah, I should probably tell you what yarn this is. That would be helpful, wouldn't it? Yeah. So it's Fangirl Fibers, her 75% superwash merino, 25% nylon, fingering weight, 437 yards per 100 grams. And the color weight is car knitting and off-roading. I bought this from the Crazy Sock Lady shop a while ago when she still had her shop. But yeah, so this is what it looks like all caked up. Absolutely beautiful. I love it. It's knitting up beautifully. This has been my car knitting, pretty much. And it'll probably stay my car knitting. So who knows how long it'll be until this is done. Although if I could remember to take my knitting out at doctor's appointments when I'm waiting, it would probably get done a lot faster because I have a lot of doctor's appointments now because I'm growing a human. But yeah, so that's these. Yeah, I think I only have one more knitting WIP and then the rest is crochet. So let's do that. Let's keep going here, guys. It's my last knitting WIP, which, oof, if you watched Vlogmas, you will be familiar with, living in this Heat Miser, Snow Miser bag from Lila Styles. This is what I made my Advent project. It is the Habitation Throw by Helen Stewart. And I'm gonna be honest with you guys, I was if you watch Vlogmas, you know, I was doing good for a little while there and then I fell off. But yeah, so I'm on day 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, day 6. Yeah, and I kind of like made my own advent calendar out of scraps from my scrap bucket of 10 gram minis or less. And I'm pretty sure, yeah, I like 9 to 10 grams. Yeah, I'm knitting these on the called for needles, which I believe are a 4 or a 6, let's see. Yeah, US 6, 4 millimeter. Yeah, This stitch marker, I believe, is Tiddlywinks. Like 99% sure, Tiddlywinks. Let's see if I can remember what these colorways are. I want to say this is PYT by Lolo Did It. Pretty sure. This is Gatti Yarn Co. in Snow Miser, Gatti Yarn Co. in Charlie Brown Christmas, Gatti Yarn Co. in Heat Miser, Gatti Yarn Co. in Daughter of Athena, and then this is Lolo Did It plus Blood. It came in a set, like it was one of her Walking Dead colorways, like at forever ago. I did a shawl in it a while ago, but anyway, this is all I have for this so far. I fully intend on finishing it. It's just a matter of sitting down and doing it, honestly. I mean, I picked out all 24 of my colorways. Like, I went through my scrap bin. I picked out all 24. They're all in here. Let me see if I can open it in a way where you can at least see some of it without me spilling it all over the floor. So they're all in here, and I was just grabbing it random, or at least as random as possible, in a way that, like, you know, I didn't want it to be like too matchy-matchy, but I also don't want things to clash. I want it to be like semi-scrappy in like a nice way. You know what I mean? But yeah, I definitely will pick this up again. This is actually would probably be really good for like TV knitting at night when Keith and I watch TV. So maybe I'll do that. Maybe I'll just like stick it instead of my Hagrid socks. Maybe I'll just stick this next to the couch and do that, because that would probably be fun time. So, I'm jabbing my jaws a lot today, guys. Moving along, I have 2 crochet whips. Yeah, because I'm not going to count my granny stripe blanket, because that's, you know, I can't remember last time I showed it. I don't think I've made much progress. I haven't really been working on it. I do have a granny stripe, scrappy granny stripe blanket going. Yeah, I'll link to all my project pages. I'm pretty sure it's on there. Anywho, moving right along to my crochet whips. These are both for projects that I'm working on for the baby. But yeah, so I started a blanket for him. His name is Peter, by the way. We've already named him. So I'll probably be referring to him as Petey or Peter from now on. But this is a blanket I am making for Peter. That's all I have so far. I'm just pulling up my knit companion because I want to get the name of the blanket right. It's from Daisy Farm Crafts. It's the Crochet Nautical Baby Blanket. That is this pattern. But yeah, I just started it the other day. Nothing too crazy. I'm doing exactly what the pattern says. I don't think I'm using the same hook. I think the pattern calls for a 4mm hook. I'm using a 4.5. And I'm using leftovers of just yarn that I have in my house. So I've got a navy blue, this light blue, and then I have like a creamy, like off-white. I couldn't tell you what kind of yarn it is, like what brand or anything. I couldn't tell you colorway names. I can tell you that it's worsted weight, and that's all I got for you. But yeah, I'm trying to like work my way through like scraps and stuff, especially when it comes to baby knits, because I have so much worsted weight acrylic yarn. It's absurd. So I just, you know, that's what I grab when I want to make anything for babies, any of my nephews, my niece. Like, I'm not allowing myself to go to Michael's anymore unless I need a very, very, very specific color, because I have so much of it. Like, this whole shelf is acrylic. This is scraps of acrylic. This is scraps of acrylic. Guys, my brain. This is scraps of acrylic. Like, and then I have a bucket in my closet that's full of it as well. So yeah, no more shopping for acrylic yarn for me. But yeah, I'm only this much through. Baby's not due till August. I have time. Plus, it's for my kid, so I'm not on a deadline. It really doesn't matter. If you've watched me for a while, or you've been around for a while, you know that I started a blanket for my 3-year-old Paul while I was pregnant with him. and didn't finish it till well after he was born. So, such is life, my friends. Okay, I'm like out of breath. I'm very thirsty. That's what second trimester does to you. Okay, so this is my last WIP, and then we'll move into acquisitions, a little bit of shop stuff, and what I'm reading. So, my last WIP is a crochet. Wow, I really didn't get far on this at all, did I? No, I did. Okay, yeah, I thought so. Is a crochet stuffed animal, a stuffed teddy bear to be exact. It is, pulling out my Knit Companion again. That's why I kept it right in front of me here. It's the Billy the Friendly Bear by Bunnies and Yarn. Licorice, stop it. Oh no, I gotta find where I was now. There. Licorice, no, no. It's attacking the mohair. Anyway, so yeah, I'm making a bear for Peter. So far I've got one foot done. And I'm working on the second foot. I haven't picked this up in a very long time. So yeah, it'll get done. I'm not worried about it. These things work up so quickly, and sometimes I just get in the mood where I want to do amigurumi, and this is gonna be perfect for that. I'm using yarns, like same weight of yarn called for in the pattern. I couldn't tell you, I can tell you one colorway, which is the main body color, which is Craft Smart Value yarn in the coffee colorway. The other two colors, because I have like a lighter brown and a darker brown, I don't have the ball bands for those because they're leftovers from when I crocheted a sloth for my sister-in-law for my nephew when she was pregnant with my nephew. So I don't have ball bands for those. But anyway, I'm on the second foot. I'm using a 4mm hook, which is what's called for in the pattern. And yeah, hopefully that'll be done soon. I've been feeling the amigurumi pull lately. But yeah, that is all I have on the WIP parade, my friends. It's quite a bit. I've been talking for a while now. It's gonna be probably a pretty long episode because we're not done. Yeah. Okay, so let's move into shop stuff. I don't know if you guys know, if you follow me on Instagram, if you are a fan of my shop on Etsy, but I have 3 mystery clubs going right now. There is the Disney Princess Club, the Gilmore Girls Club, and the Supernatural Club. The Gilmore Girls Club started September of 2022. The Disney Princess Club started in April of 2022, and the Supernatural Club started in January of this year. So, every month it's a different theme from each of those things. The Disney Princess Club every month is a different princess. Gilmore Girls Club every month is a different Gilmore Girls type related thing. Same thing with the Supernatural Club. Yeah, today's Tuesday the 7th. Trying to think, by the time this goes up, clubs will be closed for this month. But they will open again April 1st. And they're open for a week. So they'll be open April 1st through April 8th. If you want to jump on the bandwagon, follow me on Instagram because that's where I post inspiration for the coming months. I usually post in the middle of the month. So sometime next week, I'll be posting the inspiration for April. Now, being pregnant, clubs are going to be halted for a little bit. I just haven't decided when. It depends on how I'm feeling. I'm pretty sure the last month of clubs will either be May or June, and then they're going to be put on a hiatus until after the baby's born and I have a couple months to recover, and then they'll pick back up where they left off. But we'll get to that when the time comes. All of that to say, I don't know why my cat's scratching the floor now. Let me show you February's clubs. Oh, so February's Disney Princess was Mulan, and they have custom labels, which you saw me do December's in an episode of Vlogmas. Stop it, Licorice. An episode of Vlogmas, I think you see me do, at least make December's labels and like label the yarn. I didn't reveal the colorway because I was uploading for Vlogmas once a day. So, anywho, this was Mulan. I keep all my clubs up here. nice and safe and sound. Gilmore Girls February Club was inspired by the Dragonfly Inn. So that's this. And Supernatural Club for February was inspired by Dean's car, Baby. So March's clubs are Merida. The Gilmore Girls Club is based on a quote, which is headed to Ireland to stake out the Clarence Hotel. And then Supernatural's March Club is Bobby Singer. So I'm gonna be dyeing those up in the next couple days or so because club's closed tomorrow. But anywho, that's shop stuff. I have a ton of stuff in the shop right now, but I am also planning a pretty big ready to ship shop update for the beginning of April, because I want to make sure there's a decent stock in the shop for you guys for when I do take my little maternity leave and I'm not actively dyeing yarn, but I can still ship. Like if I'm too pregnant to get behind the dye pans, but not too pregnant to pack orders, you know what I'm saying? So I want to make sure there's stuff in the shop for you guys. So I'm going to be doing a pretty big ready to ship shop update in a couple weeks. So next podcast or the following one, I'll be able to show you all those colorways. I'm going to be bringing back some old ones, going to throw in some new ones. It's going to be a good time. So if there's anything, if you guys have shopped with me before and there's colorways you were missing, you're really wanting, you're like, oh God, I missed out, I really want it, leave me a comment, let me know. Let me know what colorways you would like to see come back. I have 2 for sure I know I'm bringing back. I just have to see how many colorways I'm going to be dyeing up and whatnot, but you know, we'll figure it out. Anyway, let's move on to acquisitions. There's not a ton, and then we can talk about books, and then we'll be like life stuff and done. This is a long one, guys. Anyway, acquisitions. So, a while ago, Chelsea Luxe Yarn was having a sale on, just a sale, and I was like, I've been wanting to try it, so I shopped her sale, and I've been wanting to make a rocket tee by Tanis Fiber Arts, I believe is the other one, because it's not Tanis Gray who did the Disney book, it's the other one because there's 2 of them. I've been wanting to do the rocket tee, and my whole plan was, oh, it'll be loose enough, I'll still be able to wear it while I'm pregnant if I get it done quicker. And then like I was really thinking about it, and I was like, yeah, no, we'll save this for next spring, which is why I started my Salem sweater, because I really wanted to work on a garment. But anyway, so I ordered this yarn specifically for that sweater. So this is her Chelsea Luxe Mohair in her Red Bank colorway. And this is the Chelsea Luxe 80-10-10. Yeah, 80-10. Chelsea Luxe 80-10-10 in the Spring Rain Orange. I don't know if this was like a one of a kind or something, but and I just thought that like these 3 together would look so good in a rocket tee, right? I'm very excited. So these have been hanging out on this shelf, which is my shelf of yarn that is for specific projects, whether or not they get done. Like this blue here, I bought that probably like a year ago to knit a pink fizz, and it'll become a pink fizz. It's just a matter of when. So moving right along to my other, oh, accidentally grabbed an extra skein. Where do you belong? Oh, you belong here. Anyway, I have been subscribing to the Dragon Horde Yarn Tolkien Club that she's been doing every month. I ordered March. Yeah, I ordered March. And I have January and February. So January was Hobbiton, and I get the sock set. I get her Myth sock set, which is 75% superwash merino, 25% nylon, 463 yards per 100 grams for the main skein, and then each mini skein is 92 yards per 20 grams. So this is Hobbiton. Guys, I don't think you understand how badly I want to cast this on, but I need to relax. And then this is February's. I received this a little while ago, so I think everybody should have received February's by now. And this is same base. I get the Myth fingering sock set every time, because that's my favorite base of hers. And this was February, which was Galadriel, which I really want to cast this on too. So yeah. I have to fit these back. One of them squeezed in here somewhere, one of them squeezed in here somewhere. I gotta figure that out. I have more yarn on the way, guys. I ordered so much stuff the past couple days. I have an order from Area 51 Fibers on the way. I pre-ordered Lofty Loop's Anti-Hero Club this month because it's inspired by Nesta from Court of Thorns and Roses. And then I have a bag coming from, it's like a Gilmore Girls themed bag from Weird Sisters Yarn, I think, or something. I have to, oh, I sneezed. Oh, excuse me. So next episode there'll be more acquisitions and hopefully some FOs. Maybe. Who knows? But yeah. So that's it for acquisitions. I have been doing some reading. I finished Crescent City by Sarah J. Maas, which was impeccable. The book was impeccable. And I'm dying to start Crescent City 2, but I want to finish this book first. So I need to get a move on. Because I know if I start Crescent City 2, I'm not going to read anything else, which is, you know, will be a problem. But anyway, currently I am reading From Blood and Ash. I'm on page 184. It's good so far. I like it. I'm kind of curious as to where it's going. I like the characters. I don't know. The world building is interesting. I'm kind of sticking it out because I want to know what, like, I'm curious to see what happens. You know what I mean? So I guess that means it's good. I don't know. As of right now, I would give it like 3 stars. We'll see if that changes by the time I get to the end of the book. But I'm only reading 2 books right now. This is my main read. My subsequent read, me, my husband, and our friend do a book club together, just the 3 of us. And every month we pick, like, we change who picks the book. So I had January, and I picked Verity by Colleen Hoover, and I hated it. It was terrible. I will not recommend that book to anybody because I absolutely thought it was absolutely atrocious. So did my husband, and so did my friend. So February was my husband's pick, and he picked Fablehaven by Brandon Mull. We are almost done. We have our last book club meeting this Friday, which will be the last chunk of this book. I'm on page 281. And it's a fairly easy read. Like, think of it kind of like in the same vein as like Percy Jackson. It reads like that, so it's very easy to get through. I can usually read our required book club reading in like a day, which is great. So, but yeah, so Friday is our last meeting for this, and then next month, our friend Erica, it's her pick. So she's going to come Friday with her choices. We usually try to pick like 3 books each, and then we pick from the 3 based on what we think we'll be able to get done in a month's time, because, you know, we don't want to pick something like as big as like Crescent City, because like it's undoable, like it's not doable, you know? Anyway, I'm really enjoying this book. I was like apprehensive when my husband showed it to me. I was like, no, it sounds good, but I just don't know like how I'm gonna feel about it. But I'm really enjoying it. I can't wait to read the last like 25% of this book because I need to know what happens. Like, and it's a different kind of need to know what happens than From Blood and Ash. Like this, I'm like, all right, like let's go. I'm ready. You know what I mean? So yeah, once I finish this, then, you know, obviously my next book club book will be my friend's book. But I'm trying to get through From Blood and Ash so I can start Crescent City 2. My main goal in life is to start Crescent City 2. I'm also trying to get my husband to finish one of his books that he's reading so that he can start A Court of Thorns and Roses, and I can do my reread of that, and then I can actually have somebody to talk to about it because I'm like dying. I just want to talk to people about it. And my best friend Katie, I gave her the book for Christmas like 2 years ago and she hasn't read it yet, so I'm like, dude. And then my friend Nicole, she's not reading it until the summer, so I'm dying over here. I've just really been feeling the pull to reread A Court of Thorns and Roses. But yeah, that's it as far as like what I'm reading, what I'm working on. So if that's all you came here for, thanks for hanging out. Don't forget to subscribe if you like what you see, so you can always get more videos from me. Don't forget to it'd be really great if I learned like how to speak properly. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up, because that helps me in the YouTube land. Let people know that like my videos are worth watching, you know? And then you can, if you want, hit the notification bell. That way, you know, you get notified when I upload, because I know sometimes YouTube's a pain in the butt. Excuse me, sir. There's nothing for you in my closet. Yeah, as far as life stuff goes, kids are in school. Bruce was sick over the weekend, which was a pain. It was a killer. But he's fine now. We've had some snow. I've had doctor's appointments. Nothing really crazy. Licorice! Nothing really too crazy has been going on. And I think from now until May, when Bruce has his first communion, it's pretty chill. So, licorice! Enough. I'm gonna go, because we've been chatting here for almost an hour, and he's being a big pain in the butt. So, thank you guys for hanging out with me today. Hopefully there will be a podcast next week. If not next week, 2 weeks from now. I'm going to try to keep it either weekly or bi-weekly. We'll figure it out. We'll see what works. Until then, though, happy knitting. Bye.